Welcome everybody, this is Gold Leader, I'm joined by Patronus, and this is our first ever Marvel Champion stream.
Yeah, we are going to try some heroic mode tonight, and we're going to go through each villain on heroic mode, and we're gonna bash each one of their faces one at a time.
Yeah, so if you don't know what Marvel Champions is, it's a living cooperative card game made by Fantasy Flight Games. This is actually, to me, probably the best thing they've made in quite some time. We're big Marvel fans, especially with the MCU, and it's funny because I wasn't a big comic book guy. I've been a Star Wars guy my whole life, but the MCU is probably one of the best things for us. So we were excited to try this game out, and we do love it. So we wanted to stream it, and I know that there is a lot of Star Wars and Marvel crossover, so people seem to love both. And I'm excited for you guys to join us.
Yeah, we have been probably a little bit more than a little addicted to this game over the course of the last few months since it came out.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we're not playing Star Wars TCG, we're probably playing this game.
Most likely.
Most likely. I mean, it's this game was definitely we were heavily playing World of Warcraft Classic when that came out, but once we got into Marvel Champions, it kind of killed WoW for us a
For
little bit
sure.
because this game's super addicting.
It is. All right, so let's get going.
All right, so we're
So,
setting up here, and if you've never played Marvel Champions, we're gonna give you a very quick rundown on how this game works. So there's one villain that you face, and that villain has their own scheme. The schemes have a side and a B side. The A side is usually just like instructions and flavor, and then when you flip it over, it'll tell you all the information you need to win the game. This is how the villain wins the game. If the villain completes their schemes before you defeat the villain,
they
game
have
over.
one.
It's over. Or if the villain defeats both heroes, game over.
Correct.
This game is scalable, which is great. You can play it anywhere between 1 and 4 players. We have tried 5 player. It was really
Oh my
difficult.
gosh, it was so brutal. Now, granted, what we did was we added an additional encounter set,
Yeah,
but
which
I
they
don't
don't know even know.
think,
People might not
yeah.
even know what that is. So I'm gonna read the scheme here. So this one says actually nothing. It just tells you what's in this deck. The scheme is called Break In, and it says Rhino is attacking the shield facility. Advance to stage 1B. So we just flip this card over. On here it says Rhino is trying to smash through the facility wall and steal a shipment of vibranium. You must stop it. If this stage is completed, the players lose the game. So the way this gets completed is there's a number up here. This number represents a maximum threat level. These threat tokens, which are provided by the game, are placed on here during the villain stage. If there's ever enough threat tokens per player on this card, you lose. So 7, and then you see that little person icon, which it's really hard to see. Let's put it up here. We have the cam, right? So if you see that number 7 with the little person icon, that is 7 threat per player. These other icons on the bottom, the 0 tells you how many threat the scheme would start with, and then the 1 plus tells you how many threat to put on here every turn during the villain stage
Per person again.
per person. So, and the reason why you see the little person icon, it's the same one as the top of the screen. And this game's really played in 2 phases. There's a villain phase and a player phase. In the player phase, you have cards from your deck, which are from your hero. So, my hero, we'll put it up here. I'm choosing Kamala Khan. So that is my hero on the alter ego side. On this side, she has a special ability, Teen Spirit, which is an action that she can do on her turn. And then she also has this yellow recover stat, and that is how much damage that she can recover. That is a basic action. It's called a recovery action, and anytime you want to use a basic action from a hero, you have to exhaust it. If I flip over, that is her hero side, which puts her as Miss Marvel. And Miss Marvel has different basic actions. She has Thwart, which is the primary way a hero can remove threat from the main scheme. She has attack, which is the primary way she'll deal damage to a hero, and she has defense, it's the primary way she'll defend and prevent damage. She also has a hero ability, and as we play, we will you'll see the rules of the game. You always start out on your alter ego side, and every hero has a 15 card deck full of cards, and you can see usually your hero a little picture of your hero at the bottom, and you have to play with all 15 of these cards. So once you select your hero, then you need to have a minimum of 40 card deck. So you have 15 starting cards that you have to play with from your hero, and then you can add some combination of basic cards or an aspect. And there's 4 different aspects. There's aggression, protection, leadership, and justice, and they all kind of have their own flavor. In this scenario, Andrea's going to play Thor, the god of thunder, and she's going with aggression. And I decided I'm going to play Kamala Khan, and I'm going to go with protection. So we're going to do one protection hero and one aggression hero. And I figured I'd go through how easy it is to build a deck in this game, which is something I really like. So usually you'll start out with your protection, and I usually always play 2 copies of these double resource cards. So every aspect has a card that if you're playing a card with that aspect, it gives you 2 resources. The resources are the icons on this bottom corner over here, and this one's a wild resource, which means it can be used to play any count as any resource that you like. So I'm going to choose 2 of those for my deck. And then I'm going to choose a couple other cards. I'm going to choose Indomitable, which this allows me to ready my hero after I defend. I'm going to choose Preemptive Strike, which just lets me reduce some damage to me and deflect a little damage back at the boss. Get Behind Me is a great card. It's actually got Miss Marvel on it, and this allows me to cancel a treachery card and have the hero, the villain, attack me instead. Actually, an encounter card, I believe, on this one. Nope, just a treachery.
Yeah, and particularly with other
we'll
villains, that can be a very, very clutch ability.
Yeah. And you'll see how this works. This is a defensive barrier that prevents damage and reflects it back. I'm going to play those. And then this is just a heal, a big heal. Med teams, of course, lots more healing. And then I'm running 2 allies. I'm going to play Black Widow, and I'm going to play Luke Cage. So I'm playing all these cards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Plus 25.
You mean 15?
Or 15, apologize.
Yeah. So you're at 33?
Yeah. So I
you
just
have 7 cards available.
Seven cards.
Basics.
Yep. So I'm going to take one of each of these double resource basic cards. So we have Strength, Energy, and Genius. And all these cards do is give you resources to play the rest of your cards, and they're double, which is nice.
Yep.
So, and then I need 4 more cards. So I think we're just going to go with the basics. Heroic mode is really not super difficult against Rhino. So what we want, we're going to take I think we're going to take all the standards. So here's our 4 cards. And I call these the standards because these are just all very good cards.
Yeah. You include them in many
decks. So Mockingbird, she's an ally. Nick Fury,
another ally.
The Helicarrier, and Avengers Mansion.
Yep.
It's basically like a Shield Avengers package. So we're just going to jam these in the deck, and then we're going to try it out.
And I had a Thor aggression deck already pre-built,
Yep,
so we're
pre-built,
just
and
running with that.
we can put the deck list at the bottom of the video
Sure.
for anyone who wants to see the deck list afterwards. And as always, if this is your first time or you like any of our content, please follow us on Twitch, like and subscribe to us on YouTube. We're pretty close to getting the YouTube 100 subscribers so that we can get a better link. It just makes it easier for people to find our content. We are going to be using these really nice tokens and boards that we got from Team Covenant. And they do a lot of. I think they stream every Monday for Marvel, so they also love this game. It's a fantastic game.
Yep, it is super fun.
Yep. So, and we're gonna go through it nice and slow. We're not gonna do like a full tutorial on how to play. You will pick up the game very quickly
Hmm.
just by watching us play.
Yep.
So,
And as far as the villains deck, the villain, similar to the heroes, starts with a set of base cards for his deck. Then you add in what I was referring to earlier, an encounter set, which is usually between 6 and 8 cards, and it's a thematic package of additional cards. We used the recommended encounter set for Rhino, which I believe is Bomb Scare. Is that what it's called? Yep, Bomb Scare. So that gets shuffled in with his cards, as well as the obligation for each of the heroes that are being played.
yeah, every hero, in addition to their cards that go in their deck, there's actually a handful of these cards that we have sleeved in the same sleeves as the enemy deck because
Yeah,
they usually
they're so
go in the
sick.
enemy deck. This is your Nemesis set, and it's a handful of cards, including a personal Nemesis and a personal Nemesis scheme. That if you draw a really bad card from that deck, you have to put these into play and deal with them.
Hmm.
And there's also an obligation card that just gets shuffled in, and if it comes up, you have to deal with that as well.
Yep. So your hand size and your health are different for each hero. So
Yep,
Ron is playing Kamala. Her hand size on her alter ego side, so
is
that's
six.
is 6,
And it changes.
and it changes.
If
That's
you're
what I
on
was
the
gonna say.
alter ego, you have to look at the bottom of the card.
Nope. So Thor is who I'm playing, and as when he is Odinson, when he is on his alter ego side, his hand size is 5 and his hit points are 14. The hit points don't change, and with they don't change on the sides you're on. I should say they obviously go up and down as you're taking damage, but your hit points are your hit points regardless of what side you're
Yeah,
on. So he starts with 5 cards on this side, and when he is on the Thor hero side, he only draws 4.
right. Except for when minions come to the party.
And then he gets to draw a bunch of extra
Yeah,
cards.
and then and like I said, we'll explain.
All
So we're
right.
both
One,
to start a
two,
game.
three, four, five.
To start a game, you have to if you just look on the A side of the if you just look on the A side of the encounter, it'll tell you what recommended cards go in that encounter deck. Then you shuffle the player um, obligation cards into that deck. You build the hero deck, and then your nemesis side deck just kind of sits off to the side until
Correct.
you need it.
Yep.
And then your heroes start on their alter ego side, and one player goes first. So I guess we'll have Thor go first.
Sure. And then as far as mulligans,
Yeah.
the rule is that you can discard any amount of cards you want from your hand, and then replace them
Yep.
up to your starting hand size again.
Yep. And so I'm gonna just I'll put my cards on the table here.
It's gonna be hard to see.
It might be difficult to see, but I drew too many.
Why do you have? I was gonna say, why do you have
6.
7 cards?
Alright. So these are my cards, and the way I play these cards is in the top left corner is a number. That's how many resources I need. On the bottom left corner is a resource symbol. Now, the symbol does not really matter for playing the card. You can use any resource card to play a card. The symbol only matters if an ability on the card references it.
Hmm.
So for this card, I would need any two resources to play it, and this card does not have anything that requires a symbol.
Neither does
So
mine. Otherwise, I'd pull it out.
yep. So my hand I think is actually kind of fine. Um, doesn't we're on heroic mode, so I think he starts with a side scheme in play.
I don't know.
When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for break-in and take-in side scheme and
Okay.
reveal it. Shuffle the encounter
So
deck.
he does. Okay.
All right, so here's an additional side scheme. I'm just going to put it right here.
Put it over there. If it's on
It's not
camera.
going to fit on the camera, so it's fine.
Okay. That's just.
Or we can put it over here.
That's where the discard pile is going to be.
What discard pile?
The discard pile.
Oh,
His
okay.
discard pile.
That doesn't need to be on the camera, though.
Okay.
So we'll put it over there. Okay. Yeah, and we'll have to figure out exactly how to fit everything on camera because there's a lot of cards that end up getting in play. So I'm mulligans. I can choose and discard anything. Um, hmm. My hand's actually pretty good. I think I'm gonna discard. So with breaking and taking in play, I definitely.
And it starts with 2. You guys can see down here. So it starts with 2 threat on it.
Uh huh.
And then when revealed, place an additional threat here per person. That's what that symbol means.
Okay.
So it's going to start with 4.
4.
And all of the tokens are by you because
Yep.
I thought you were going to control that.
I can
so
still control it. That's fine.
You are not.
It's
gonna
a side
push that
screen?
far, but that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
And then.
And that symbol means that during the villain phase, we're going to have to draw an additional encounter card per turn. That's called a hazard symbol.
Yep. So we want to get rid of that.
Yep. So are you going to play... So my hand is a Strength, an Avengers Mansion, Nick, who is unique. That's what that diamond symbol means. So
Yeah.
we both cannot have him in play at the same time.
Right.
Chase them down, and a Power of Aggression.
Okay.
So if you're going to plan on playing Nick, then I might plan on playing an Avengers Mansion.
Yeah, either one. I say you could play the mansion. Seems either one. It doesn't really matter who plays which one. So, go ahead and play the mansion.
Okay.
It really does not matter.
Okay. So I'm not going to mulligan any cards. I am going to, however, use Thor's action. It's Worthy is the name of the action. Search your deck and discard pile for Mjolnir. Add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. So I am searching for my hammer. I'm calling out to it. Okay. So there's Mjolnir. And that's going to go into my hand.
Okay.
Okay. So I am going to discard Nick, a Chase Them Down, and a Strength. So that's a total of 4 to play Avengers Mansion. So I'm discarding all of these.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to discard Power of Aggression to play Mjolnir.
Yep.
And I'm going to let you draw a card with Avengers Mansion. Because
Yeah, so-
me drawing a card is not super great.
So on these cards like Avengers Mansion, you're gonna see an action, and anything that's an action, you can actually call for that action on another player's turn. So if I wanted to use Andrea's Mansion on my turn, I could say, hey, I'd like to call for an action. Can I use your mansion to draw a card? And she can. But she's just tapping it right now on her turn and instructing me to draw a card.
Mhm.
So that'll give me a 7th card. Okay.
Okay.
So with that being said, there's a chance I could play Nick Fury and the Mansion on the first turn, which seems pretty good.
That's bananas. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do on my turn, well, not the last thing, but I am going to flip over to my hero side.
Yep, and each turn, a player can flip their identity card, which is your hero card. You can flip it to your alter ego, to your hero, or vice versa. So you can do one flip each turn.
And what I'm going to choose to do is probably just damage, because that's just what he does better. And his hammer gives him +1 attack. So he's base 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I will attack with Thor and target the boss. So we'll remove 2, 3.
Okay. All right, and this boss has 30 hit points to start, so you punched him a little bit. Okay, so it's my turn.
Yep.
So I'm gonna use my or my alter ego ability, Teen Spirit, and I just flip some cards from the top of my deck. Oh, all right, got one right away until I get a Kamala Khan card. I'll go my discard, so this goes to my hand, and that's a pretty good card. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pitch this Indomitable. We're gonna discard this card. Actually, I can put it here so you can see. I'm gonna discard Indomitable, and I'm gonna use it to play Nakia Badar.
Or Bahadir, maybe.
Yeah,
Bahadir.
I'm not exactly sure what her name is, but I'm gonna put her into play, and I can exhaust her to reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 1. So, paid 1 to player, and she kind of pays for herself. I'm also going to... So I'm going to exhaust her, and I'm going to use her to play Amir Khan. My hand's actually really good. And I'm going to exhaust him, and I can put a card on the bottom of my deck. So I'm going to put one of these on the bottom of my deck, and I can draw a new card. Oh, actually, I'm not going to do that. No, yeah, I'm going to do that.
I actually just realized that I forgot to include the standard encounter set and the expert cards.
Oops.
And the
That's
villain
good. We
deck.
haven't
Well,
drawn a
we
card
haven't drawn
yet.
any cards yet, so it's all good. Although the reason I didn't include them is because I'm not sure where they are. They must not have gotten put away in our
They're
little
right
box
there.
in the right spot. Oh, okay.
There with Ultron.
That's why. Okay.
Alright, so
Glad I thought of it.
I exhaust Amir Khan. I put a card on the bottom of the deck. I draw a new card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to discard Strength for 2 resources. And I'm going to discard Avengers Mansion for a 3rd resource. And we're going to discard Black Widow for a 4th resource. And that's going to allow me to play Nick Fury. Nick Fury's got a bunch of triggered abilities. He can, once he's played, he can remove 2 threat from a scheme. He can deal 4 damage to an enemy, or he can draw 3 cards, which...
We are of the opinion that you pretty much always want to just draw 3 cards.
Most of the time you just want to draw 3 cards.
It's rare that you don't want to do that.
It seems pretty good to draw 3 cards. So we're going to play him here. These are in the discard pile. We're going to draw 3. Okay. And then we are going to start dealing with this nasty thing.
Sure.
So I'm going to use Nick Fury, and I'm going to thwart the using the blue thwart action. So up here you'll see a blue thwart action, and then you'll see a little damage symbol. That means after a minion thwarts or a ally thwarts or attacks, if it has that icon, they suffer a consequential damage afterwards. So let's thwart that side scheme for 2.
Okay.
So we're going to move 2 here. And Nick is going to take a damage. And we don't have any damage tokens.
I mean, we can just use these if you want.
Yep, that's fine.
Or there's the Team Covenant ones.
No, we could use those.
Okay.
Nice and big. Perfect.
Take a pile.
Alright, we're going to put a damage on Nick. Okay. Then we are going to we're going to discard 1 to play a bio a biokinetic polymer suit. So this is a hero action that reduces the cost of one of my event cards. So it's a pretty good card. Then we're going to flip my hero over. We are going to exhaust this biomechanical suit. And we're going to discard a helicarrier. To play Sneak By. So this will remove 3 threat from a scheme, which will get rid of this card. So we'll put that in the discard pile. This will go to the discard pile. And then all of my cards are exhausted except for my hero. So my hero could, I guess I could punch him for 1.
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
Doing nothing.
Punch him for 1.
Yep.
And that's all she wrote.
Okay.
So that was the player phase. So you can flip once, you can play all your cards, you can do any actions you want. At the end of the player phase, you ready all of your cards. So we're going to ready all these bad boys. And then we draw up to our starting hand size, which is on the hero side. Mine's only 5.
And mine's only 4 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Yep. All right. And then we go to the villain stage.
Yep.
So the first thing the villain does is he adds threat per player. So there's 2 players. So 2 threat. Now, as you can see, it's 7 per player to lose. So if this ever gets to 14, we lose.
Yep.
That's why killing that other one was really important, because we need to be able to thwart off this one, and that one's also going to give us more cards.
Yeah.
Those side schemes are really bad. Side schemes are kind of like the way the villain, like the way we're putting out cards here. Side schemes and upgrades are kind of how the villain puts out cards and ramps
builds
up.
Yep. Exactly.
All right.
Okay.
So then, after we do that, then the first thing that happens is the villain attacks each player in player order. So Thor's first. So the villain's going to attack Thor.
Yep. And Rhino has a base 3 attack, which you can see on his card right here. 3 attack.
And does he have any abilities? I don't think so. I think it's just the one revealed.
No, yeah, it's just the one revealed to get the.
Okay. And so the way you attack is the villain actually attacks a player, and then the villain draws a boost card, which is basically the top card from the villain deck, and you just put it face down next to the villain. Okay?
Yep.
Then the player who's being attacked decides if they want to defend. The way you would defend is you would exhaust your hero, and then that defense number would be subtracted from the total number of damage the villain deals after you reveal this card, and then you would suffer any remaining damage.
Correct. Now, the trick is if you choose to defend, that means, if you noticed, we readied at the end of our turn. So if you tap and defend during the villain turn, that means on your next turn, you are tapped. So unless you have a way of untapping your identity card, you will not be able to attack or thwart.
Correct.
Or do something else that requires you to exhaust.
And you guys are a team, so like I have this Nick Fury ally over here. I could actually sacrifice my own ally to defend, and then he would take the damage and just die, which is actually fine, especially for Nick Fury, because he has an ability that at the end of the round you have to discard him.
Yep.
So, but I think Thor is a lot tougher than my hero.
That's true.
So I think we should let Thor just take this hit, because Thor has 14 hit points.
Correct.
I only have 10.
Yep.
So I think we just take this one hit.
Yep, that's totally fine. So I am not defending, so I'm just going to eat whatever this is. So we reveal this card, and this one actually has 0. So
nice.
In this bottom right-hand corner, there would be little triangles that are called pips, and for each pip, You have to
Yeah.
add that much
So I'll show you what
damage.
one looks like. So it's on this card right here. You can see this corner. These are boost icons. They're these little triangle-looking symbols. Um, for every one of these icons, it increases the damage the villain deals. So if it was this card, it would be a plus
Plus
3
3.
damage. So you'd be getting hit for
Yeah.
6. That one was a 0. So Thor
So I
just
only
takes
take 3.
3 damage.
So do
Okay.
that.
And then now, if we had any like minions in play that would attack us as well, but there are none.
Correct.
So then the villain's going to attack me.
Mm-hmm.
And this time I'm going to exhaust Nick Fury to defend.
Mm-hmm.
Draw that boost card.
Yep. And it's another 0.
Another 0. Okay, so it's just 3 damage.
Just 3, but
Nick
Nick
Fury
only
has
has
2 health, so he's just dead.
Yep.
And then we go to stage 2 of villain, which is the encounter phase.
Yep.
So encounter cards are basically all the cards that are in the villain deck. During this phase, you would always draw 1 card. But if you're playing heroic mode, for every heroic mode you play, you draw 1 additional card. We're just playing regular heroic, so we're each going to draw 2 of these cards.
Correct. So you deal them out to the first player, and then go around in player order. So, and then again, you resolve them in player order, and each player resolves all of them in their stack. So however many you have, you resolve all of them at the same time.
Yep.
So my first one is a Hydra Bomber. Now that's awesome for me
Yep.
because Thor has an ability that after you engage a minion, draw 2 cards.
What's the name of that
So
ability?
It is Have at Thee.
Have at the, yeah. So this game's super flavorful, by the way.
So I am going to draw 2 cards for my next turn because this guy is now engaged with me.
Yep.
Okay. And then my second one, oh sad, is the Kamala obligation.
Oh, it's the obligation. So that's what we were talking about. That's the nasty obligation cards. That's actually totally fine. So the way this card works is I can choose to flip my hero, and then I can choose to either exhaust my hero to remove that card from the game, take it out of the villain's deck, or suffer the penalty and just discard that card.
Correct.
That's actually the perfect time to draw that card.
Probably,
So
honestly,
I'm
for
actually
you.
just going to flip over to
Alter ego.
Kamala Khan, and then I'm just going to exhaust. There's
Okay.
no reason not to.
So we
It
will
also
be
means
removing
that
them
if
from the
there are
game.
any nasty attacks here, they can't attack me because now I'm
That's-
on this side.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Okay.
all right. Oh, sad times.
Did I shuffle poorly?
Yeah, you shuffled poorly. So, worst card.
Oh no!
But hey, on the plus side, you get to see what these Nemesis sets
Yeah,
do. So that's shadows from the past. So remember we told you about those.
That's a kick in the D. Okay.
All right. So remember when we told you about those cards you put off to the side? When that card's revealed, you have to take your set aside side scheme. So I'll just put the second one here.
You
Can
don't
we
have
see
to
them
right
both?
here. I mean, yeah, you can see them both.
Yep. Okay. And then I also have to put. This is discard pile.
Yep.
Then I have to put my Nemesis into play, which I actually think my Nemesis is Thomas Edison.
Some crazy bird guy.
And then the rest of these 3 cards get shuffled into that villain deck.
Yep.
And what does Thomas Edison say? Cannot take damage while you are engaged with another minion. Okay, so it's just a bad guy, and I can't do anything really until I get.
Yeah, so these guys all have a health number
Yep.
right here.
Yep.
So this guy has 2 hit points. Excuse me. Thomas Edison has 3.
Yeah, Thomas Edison has 3.
Oh, he actually has a one revealed ability that I
Oh,
missed.
yeah.
Choose to either take 2 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. I think we can probably just put 1 threat on the main scheme.
Yeah, that's
I
fine
don't
with
know
me.
why not.
It does-
We're not really under pressure at
Yeah,
this point.
1's not a big deal. That's probably what I would have suggested. And these minions work just like you see. They have attack and thwart values, and they attack you based on what side you're on. So,
Yep.
all right. So
Yep, when you are in hero form, they attack you. When you're in alter ego form, they scheme
they
against
scheme,
you.
which is bad. That's how you lose. Okay. So then we also got my nasty side scheme.
Yep.
Generation Y. The inventor has convinced the youth of Jersey City that they should serve as human batteries for his experiments. When revealed, discard the top card of each player's deck for each ally and each persona in play.
Ooh.
I have
Two.
two personas, so I have to lose two cards. You don't have any allies or any personas, so
Oh,
you're
it's
fine.
per person?
Yeah,
Okay.
each player. And then this one's also a hazard, which means that when we draw, if this card's still in play, then we have to draw a hazard, which is an additional card from the
Yeah.
encounter
So
deck.
when we each drew two, the
Yep.
first player would have to draw another one, so they would have three.
And I have a second card, Stampede.
We also need to put Throne on that. It
Oh
starts
yeah,
with four.
yeah,
Two
good
per
call.
person.
Yep. Okay. And then I have a card called Stampede. It has two when revealed, and it's based off of whether you're alter ego or not. This one says alter ego, which is I
Where
flip
you're at?
two,
Yep.
so it's Surge. I just get
So,
another card.
so Surge means we just draw a different encounter card.
Yep. Ooh, here we go. We got a Charge. So Charge is an upgrade.
Oh.
This gets attached to Rhino,
Yep.
which it's kind of nasty.
Yep. It gives him +3 attack for one attack.
And
then
overkill.
And overkill, yes. And then it's discarded.
And overkill is kind of how it sounds. Basically, any damage in excess of the target he's attacking also hits the hero.
Yeah, so if you chose to block
With
with
Nick
an
Fury,
ally,
yeah,
whatever damage is dealt to that ally in order to kill it is any excess is then dealt to you, the hero that
Yep.
he's attacking.
which I have an answer for that. So,
Cool.
yep.
All right, so that was the villain's entire turn.
Uh huh.
So now we're back to the player turn.
Yep.
So the first player token
Passes.
over there.
Yep. Poor Kamala. And so, like Andrea stated, Kamala is exhausted, so I won't be able to attack with her or do any of that stuff.
Nope.
Which is fine. She doesn't really have stats, and I'm not damaged, so I don't need to recover. But I can use my sweet Teen Steered ability to get a card, so we're going to do that. Ooh, that's a good one. I got Embiggen, which whenever I play an attack event, I can increase the damage of that event by 2. That's one of her signature cards that you really want. And I've got all these sweet cards here, too. So let's look through my buddy here. So I can put one card on the bottom of my deck. I'm thinking that maybe getting a Helicarrier or an Avengers Mansion on the bottom again is good, so we can play them quicker.
Sure.
I don't have anything super valuable here. I just have a sneak by. So I'm gonna use Amir Khan. I'm gonna put a Helicarrier on the bottom of my deck. And then I draw a new card. And I'm going to use Nakia Badir. And she's going to reduce the cost on the next card I play this turn by 1. So we are going to play a energy for 2. So that's 2 energy. 1 for Nakia. And then we're going to discard a card. We're going to discard a Get Down. So that's 1, 2, 3 plus the 1 from her, so that's 4. And we're going to play an ally. Play Luke Cage.
Nice and beefy.
Yep. And Luke Cage has an ability, gives him a tough status. So these statuses, they have different effects.
Yeah, sorry, it's a little hard to read. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's orange.
It's orange. So,
Yeah, so it's
this
got a lot of
basically
colors
what
getting
it
pulled
says is when anything with a tough status would be attacked, instead of taking damage, you just remove this tough status. So we're gonna throw this.
Nice.
Yeah. So
So when Rhino charges at Luke Cage, nothing will happen.
exactly.
Perfect.
Yep. And then I'm going to flip to my hero side. And I don't think. I think I need to help with some of this thwarting action, maybe? So,
I don't really thwart particularly well, so.
yep. Or I could get rid of my. I can get rid of my nemesis. He only attacks for 1, though. I'd like to get rid of this. So I think that's what I'm going to do. we are probably going to do that. So we're gonna exhaust Power Suit to reduce the cost of a card by 1, and we're gonna discard a Energy Barrier to play Sneak By, and this is going to remove 3 threat from one of these side schemes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna remove it from here.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I cannot.
I can get rid of that last one.
Yeah, I cannot do anything about this last one
That's fine.
because I'm exhausted.
I can add it.
I
can
don't
handle
want
it.
to attack with Luke Cage because I don't want the inconsequential damage to remove his tough.
Correct.
All of my cards are exhausted. I have 2 cards, so and I can't play either of these cards this turn. Unless you wanted to give me a card with your Avengers Mansion.
That's fine. I can do that.
That would be sweet. Alright, I'll draw a card. So I'm going to request an action. And I'm going to pitch these 2, and I just want to get my
Sure, you're
good upgrade in
big
play.
Yeah, that's definitely worth it.
And then that way I'm not holding 2 cards.
Yep.
Okay, so
You
I'm
got
done.
it. Okay, so I'm starting by playing a Genius for 2, and then I'm going to put Hall of Heroes into play.
Sweet.
Yeah, especially since I'm about to get 2 counters on it. Woohoo!
Yeah, you are.
All right, so putting Hall of Heroes in play.
Yeah, just wherever you can cram stuff.
And then I am going to discard 3 cards to play Valkyrie.
Nice.
I didn't have any lightning bolts, so she's only dealing 2 damage, but whatever. She's going to kill my Hydra Bomber for 2.
That's fine.
And then when he dies, I get a counter on Hall of Heroes.
Yep.
And that's her, like, enter the battlefield,
Yeah,
so to speak,
it's her triggered ability.
Yep.
It's,
So
I
she
think
just
it's a
deals 2
response.
damage. Yeah. Yep, it's a response. So she hasn't done anything yet, and she already wiped out a dude. Good job,
Yep.
Valkyrie. Valkyrie will thwart for 1.
Perfect. So we'll remove 1 here
So
and get
we'll
rid of
remove
this.
that 1. She will take a damage for that. Then I will thwart your minion for 3.
You'll attack my minion for 3.
I'm sorry, I will attack your minion
All right,
for 3.
so he's going to die.
So he dies. He comes over
Oh,
here.
yeah, he goes over there.
And then I get another counter on Hall of Heroes.
Nice.
Because for every minion that I am defeating, I being me and
Card
my
she
allies,
controls.
I get a counter. And then when I'm at Alter Ego, I can remove 3 counters and tap that card to draw 3 cards,
Yep.
which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Okay, and then I am done.
Yeah, we're all out of cards, so we can ready our heroes. And ready all of our cards.
Yep. Drop.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. And, yeah. And I draw 5. Okay. Alrighty. And now we go to the villain stage. So,
Yep. So the first thing we
is
do
threat.
is threat.
So it's 2 per player, so we're just going to make this a 5.
Yep.
Okay. And then the next thing that happens is the villain's going to attack. And so he's going to attack me,
Yep, because you're first player.
and he's charging. So we still draw a boost card. And then I'm going to choose to defend with Luke Cage because he's tough.
Yep. So that is another Hydra Bomber. So it's got 1 pip on it. So it would be a total of 3 for him, plus 3 from the charge, plus 1. So it would have been 7.
But instead, I just remove this tough status.
And the charge becomes discarded.
And consequential damage only happens if the allies are attacking or thwarting, not defending.
Correct.
So he takes nothing. He's exhausted, and now the villain's going to attack you.
Yep. And honestly, I'll probably just take it to the face again. I don't really want to chump with Valkyrie right now. I'll wait a turn.
Okay.
And we got Shocker. So that is 2 plus 3, so 5.
All right.
Okay.
So Thor's going to have to heal soon.
Yeah.
Okay. And then encounters.
Encounters. So 2 for you.
Yep.
2 for me.
And if we had that annoying card, we'd have to draw one extra. The first player would draw the first one, which would be me. So I'm going to go first. Harvest. When revealed, exhaust each persona support in play. For each support exhausted this way, the villain heals 1 damage. If no persona support was exhausted, this card. That's annoying.
So 2.
So I have to exhaust support. So 1, 2. So it's 2.
Yep.
Okay.
So he heals 2.
He heals 2, so that goes away. And then I got an ally, the Sandman. He.
So that was that card.
Yep. And that was one of my Nemesis cards that got shuffled in that
Yep, and
deck.
you can see because it says Ms. Marvel Nemesis at the bottom down
Yep.
here.
And then I just got an ally from one of the encounter sets. Minion, I apologize. He's the Sandman, so got a nasty dude here.
Put that by you.
Yeah, put it by me.
Yeah. That way we know he's engaged with you.
Yep.
And he's tough.
And he's tough. So like Luke Cage, he's tough. So we're going to have to hit him twice.
Yep. Okay. So my cards. So I start with Under Fire, which is Surge.
Oh, it's the worst card.
It is. So Surge meaning I draw a new card, another card. Then it has a when revealed ability. When revealed, reveal the top card of the encounter
So
deck.
it's like you're basically drawing another card.
Most likely. Because, as you will see, a lot of the cards have
When revealed.
when revealed abilities, and when they're revealed, they are resolved in that case. So this one says when revealed as a hero, the villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. So Rhino is going to attack me again.
Okay.
This time I might have to chump with Valkyrie because I'm only at 6.
I mean, I could always chump with Luke Cage. That's the other option.
He's tapped.
Oh, he is tapped. Yep, you're right.
So you could jump for me, but I don't know if you have cards
That doesn't make sense.
defend.
It's better off to use the ally.
So Valkyrie's going to tap and take this attack for me. And it is a 0. It's an advance. It's kind of nice to get those
So
out.
3.
So 3, but it's enough to kill her.
Yep.
So Valkyrie dies.
Best,
so that was...
best thing about allies is, they can take those hits for you
Yeah.
from the boss. So, I mean, what? Oh,
I got my obligation.
that's actually not terrible.
It means I can't heal.
Or you could just use it to flip right now. I would just use it to flip.
And then just discard Mjolnir and get him back.
Yeah,
That's fine.
that's the way to do it.
Okay, so...
So what she's going to do is she's going to flip over.
Yep, I'm going to flip to Alter
That's
Ego.
the first instruction. And then instead of exhausting to get rid of the card, she's going to discard the card and discard Mjolnir.
Yep.
Because she has to discard that's the downside of that card.
Yep. And then this goes into the discard pile.
Which means it's not removed. But it also means she can heal this turn.
Yes. And Thor's worthy action can be used throughout the course of the game. So I can worthy on my next turn to go and get it.
Yeah, what is the discard Mjolnir from your hand or discard play? You were stunned as well.
Ew.
Essay. It
That's
can't
what
just
it
be
is.
that. Which stun
Is annoying. But
it's another condition, and that one basically says when any hero or villain or minion, when anything is stunned, if it would attack, instead you remove the condition.
Yep. And then the last thing, of course, the last thing is the minion, so I don't get to draw the cards because I flipped.
Sad times.
So I have a minion that's engaged with me as well.
Yep.
He has the guard keyword, which means that I cannot attack the boss while he's engaged with me.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Sad face.
Yep. So that's the end of our
Counter
phase. So now it's the start of a hero phase.
Mm-hmm. So I will start with a heal. And I recover a total of 4.
That's not bad.
So 2, 4. And then I'm going to worthy to go and get that and put it back in my hand.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to flip over. And so sad, so sad. Okay, I guess I'm going to use Avengers Tower so that I can draw a card.
Yep.
Oh, so sad, so sad, so sad. I'm crying because I have my hammer throw in my hand, but I cannot use it because you can see it is a hero action attack, and I am currently stunned. So if I play that card,
You just remove.
it just fizzles.
Yeah.
I don't actually get to do the
Yeah.
hammer throw.
What you need is the attack for 0 that just deals 1 damage. Get over
Yes,
here. That's what you need.
yes,
Because that'll get
but
rid
I
of the
don't have
stun.
that. So instead, what we're gonna do, we're gonna discard. I have 2 hammer throws. We're discarding them
That
both,
makes sense.
and chase them down to play Tigra.
Oh, nice.
So we're playing another ally.
Yep.
And then I'm going to discard Battle Fury to get my hammer back in play.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
Yeah, so I mean, Tigra can poke somebody.
Yeah, she might as well. I guess she can. I don't really want to poke this guy just because I can attack him for 3 and it's perfect.
Yeah, so you can poke my
So
guy.
I guess I can poke either your Sandman guy or I can just poke the boss.
I would
Either
poke
way.
Sandman. Let's get rid of the tough. I don't have a good way to get rid of the tough.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, that's fine.
So we are going to deal the damage at him and remove his top card.
Yep. All right, so it's my turn.
Yep.
All right, so what do I want to do? Well, I'm gonna definitely. Hmm. I have a little bit of an awkward turn. I don't have any attack cards to play. This is not going to help me too much. So here's what we're going to do. Really want to play this card. I've got an awkward hand, and having both of these guys. Well, that doesn't matter.
Why don't you show your hand and talk through what you're thinking?
Yep. So my hand essentially is I've got a couple allies. That one's really good. It stuns the villain. I have Red Dagger, who is just a balanced 2 attack, 2 defend for 3, so he's fine. I've got this Sneak By that I can actually play for 1 with my Polymer Suit, which would remove a bunch of threat from here. And then I've got this, which is an upgrade that allows me to ready when I defend. And then I have Shrink. So thing is, I have 5 resources, so if I play one of these 5 cards, so if I play one of these cards that cost 3, it leaves me with just a single one in my hand. So I guess I could do the Sneak By for 1.
Sure.
So I'll play that, and I'll remove 3 threat from here.
Yep.
So I'll put 2 on there. And that's a thwart action. So what I could what I could do then is I could exhaust my hero, use her Metamorphosis ability to get this card back.
Sure.
Which then gives me 5 cards still. So now I could play one of these cards for 3, which doesn't seem terrible.
Yeah, I'd probably play.
I think Mockingbird I could stun.
Because you're going to take 3 from this guy. So.
Or I could just play Red Dagger and kill that guy. That might be the way.
Okay.
So I'm gonna discard. I'm definitely discarding this Indomitable. It probably shouldn't even be in this deck.
I think you keep everything. You discard everything but the Shrink.
Yep, I agree. I'm discarding this whole hand. I'm gonna keep the Shrink, and we're gonna play Red Dagger.
Okay.
And he is going to come into play here. And Red Dagger is going to attack for 2.
Okay.
Oh, and we
Wrong tokens.
oh, yep, sorry. Definitely wrong tokens. And Luke Cage is actually exhausted. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
There's nothing I could do there. So maybe it was better to play Mockingbird since I couldn't kill it.
Probably.
So I lied. We're not playing Red Dagger. We're playing Mockingbird. So yep, and Mockingbird's just gonna attack for 1, and we're gonna stun the boss.
Yep. I think
That's
better.
just better. I
Okay.
forgot because of the way we're playing on camera that Luke Cage is exhausted, but it's fine. We didn't really move it along anywhere, so I'm done.
Okay. So,
So we're gonna
ready?
ready our cards. Okay. So ready my 2 allies here. Okay.
Draw.
Mhm. Okay. Ooh, finally.
Okay.
And I ready my hero as well.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So
And
2 threat.
2 threat.
So let's take put a 3 there. Remove one of these ones. Okay. And then you're the first player,
So he's attacking me first,
Yep.
but he's stunned.
but he's stunned.
So that just gets removed, and he skips his attack
Yep.
phase.
Oh, and Mockingbird should have a damage for her
For attacking, yes.
for attacking. Yep. And now he's
Okay.
attacking again.
No. Now my minion has to attack.
Oh, good
Now
call.
I have minions.
Yep.
So whenever the villain attacks, the villain attacks first, then any minions that are engaged with me attack. This guy has a 1 attack, so he's gonna just deal me 1 damage.
Yep.
Then he goes to attack. The villain goes to attack Ms. Marvel.
Yep. So the villain's gonna attack Miss Marvel, and I am not gonna defend this. So I'm just gonna let it happen. So let's see what it goes.
I hope you have a trick.
I do.
Okay, good.
I got a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
So just 1.
All right. So 4 damage.
Yep. So a total of 4.
All right, so I'm going to play this card. It's a Hero Interrupt Defense, which will prevent 3 damage, and I can draw a card. And I can use my Metamorphosis ability, because it's a response.
You are really sucking at
Yep.
tapping your guy.
So, no big deal. So I can exhaust her to get this card and draw it again. Or put it back in my hand.
Yep.
So, sweet.
Okay, so you're still going to take 1.
So I'm taking 1.
And then the Sandman's going to attack you for 3.
Yep, and I'm going to defend with Luke Cage.
Okay.
And he'll take...
Is there a reason you don't want to wiggle?
Yeah, no reason to.
Okay. Just draw another card. Prevent the damage.
I would rather hold it onto my hand and
Okay.
draw it a bunch of times.
Okay.
Okay.
That's that.
Yep.
So encounter cards.
Yep.
2 for me. 2 for you.
Okay.
False alarm. When revealed, you are confused.
Oh man, Thor's
Man,
confused
I am
and
just
stunned.
wrecked here. Okay. And then my second one, advance. When revealed, the villain schemes.
Okay.
So
Scheming for 1.
Scheme is the same way that he attacks. So he schemes base 1. Then we reveal a boost card.
Yep.
Which is 2 pips. So it's
scheming
scheming
for 3.
3 total.
Okay. So let's
Out of
throw a
3.
3 on there. All right. So we're at halfway to losing, 7 of 14.
Yep.
Okay.
And then your cards.
Yep. So my first card is I'm tough. When revealed, give Rhino a tough status. Okay. And then a charge, which we saw before. Charge makes him get
Yeah.
+3 attack and it get overkill.
Yep.
Okay.
It's angry.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and then the first player token buried underneath all of these status cards gets passed.
Yep. And it goes to me.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So, what do I want to do here?
I will take care of minions on this turn.
Sure. Okay. I'm gonna do some cool things. I think I'm gonna I'm gonna discard a power of protection for 2 resources, and we're gonna discard a second wind because, I mean, aren't you fully healthy almost?
I'm 5 away
5 away. Okay,
from full.
cool. And then I'll discard. Yeah, I'll discard this card.
Red team. Okay.
That's 3, and I will play second wind, which will heal you 5.
Oh, bombastic.
Yeah, so heal 5.
Okay, so that's an example of a card where it had the triggered
Yep.
type of
Yeah, so
resource.
it says if I spend a science, which is that blue icon, I can get a bonus. And since I played power protection, it's a wild card. I can choose science.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, fudge muffins! I just realized my turn is neutered because I'm stunned.
well, yeah, we knew that was happening.
I forgot that that was happening.
Ah, fair.
So I'm not going to
And
be
that
able to do
was
cool
actually
stuff.
that was an event card.
I have no idea.
Does this work?
Yes, it was an event card.
Oh, so actually you can save one of these cards.
Sure.
Even better because
And
by
tap.
polymer suit.
Ah, sure.
And then we are going to. Interesting. And that was not a Thor attack or defense, so I can't do that. Okay.
You're still tapped anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to pitch. I'm going to pitch these 2 med teams. Since we're both fully healthy, I'm going to get my other shrink
Yeah, that makes sense.
in play.
You're almost done with your deck anyway.
Yep, and then I'm just going to. We're just going to punch Sandman.
You should probably just ping the boss who's tough with that one.
Are we even attacking the boss this turn?
But she's dealing 1 damage.
Yeah, but she hits him for 1, and then Tigra comes and finishes him off.
Okay.
That's my thought.
All right.
Okay, and then I'm done. I have 1 card.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to start by drawing a card.
And we're definitely not doing much damage to the boss, that's for sure. The thing is with heroic mode, you really have to kind of build. There's quite a few turns where you're building up. If this were a standard game, we would probably just be punching the boss a whole lot more because you're not. That extra encounter card every turn is such a huge difference.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am going to play Defender of the Nine Realms just to remove my confused.
Oh, that's fair.
So this is a hero action thwart.
Okay.
So the card's not going to resolve because I'm confused.
It's still the card still resolves.
I play the card to do the. I don't think I actually do the ability though because I'm confused.
Let's see. Hero action thwart. Discard type cards. Confused. Next time a character would thwart or scheme, discard the status instead. I think you still have to put the minion in play, and you just don't remove the threat.
Okay.
So I think you have to
Which
do all.
Is fine.
Yeah. So
okay.
that's
so
just
I'm
fine.
Still doing. So I have to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until I get to a minion.
Yep. Which is fine. We've only drawn 1, 2.
Okay. There's 1.
Okay.
Okay. So these are all discarded, and then when that happens, I draw 2 cards.
Yep.
Which hopefully. No. Okay. Now I did draw another defender. Do we feel like we're struggling with threat?
No, I mean we're halfway.
That's probably not worth it. So
I would save it. You can also Avengers Mansion before you do anything. You already did. Okay.
So I will discard that second one that I just drew, and I will discard a for Asgard to play God of Thunder. which
Nice.
is a tap. It's kind of a ramp thing, so
It's
it
yeah,
taps to
generates lightning
generate
bolts.
lightning bolts.
Yep. Lightning bolt resources.
So that's here. This thing is 8 health. Good lord.
Yeah, it's Edison's robot.
Um, interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
He cannot take damage. You have to spend a blue resource as a hero action to remove that ability.
Uh, to
That's
damage him.
really annoying. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, he's gonna
And
hang
he's
around.
8 health. Good lord. That's super annoying. Okay.
He needs a hammer throw.
So, yeah, literally.
Yeah.
That's the only that yeah, right now that's the only thing that'll do it
In one
in one
attack.
shot.
Yeah.
Although I guess maybe could you get to an 8 with your max because that's one of your guys. So.
Yeah, I can't get to an 8. I can get to a 6 pretty easily.
Okay. So then with that said, I can't play the allies that I have in my hand because I have Heimdall and Hercules, with both of which are very expensive. So I'm just going to tap my God of Thunder
Mhm.
to play a Battle Fury.
Sure.
Just get that in play.
Yeah. That'll help you with your stun.
And I will hold on to these 2 cards for a second.
And what does Battle Fury say?
After your hero attacks and defeats a minion, deal 1 damage to your hero, discard Battle Fury to ready your hero.
Gotcha.
So, yes, no, I cannot do.
No, doesn't help.
Doesn't help this turn.
Okay.
That's why I was thinking, I was like, ooh, Battle Fury, I can, like, attack and attack.
No.
But, nope, I'm stunned. It's that face. Okay, so Tigra can attack
We're gonna have her kill the
and kill
Sandman.
Sandman.
Makes sense. And then you get a
And I get a counter on
Counter
Hall
Hall
of
of
Heroes.
Heroes,
So
yeah.
that now has 3.
beautiful.
Then I can
And
attack.
and technically Tigra would get an inconsequential damage, but because she killed the minion, she'll then heal 1, so
Correct.
she just stays at 1.
Yep. So I will attack
Remove the stun.
one of these guys to remove the stun.
Mhm.
And that's all I got.
Yep.
So
Sad
I'm
times.
actually going to discard these 2 cards in my hand because I'm probably not going to play them. And
Yeah,
they're
you
very
have
expensive.
2 allies, right?
2 minions.
2 minions.
Yeah.
Maybe you hold on to the other guy because you might be able to play him next turn. Because he's what?
He would still be 4.
Okay, gotcha.
I only draw 4 cards.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's worth it.
Yep, you're fine.
Okay. So ready?
Mhm.
Ready, 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 ready. Okay. And draw a new 4.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
And villain.
Yep. So
So-
2 threat.
2 threat. So this is kind of climbing. We'll have to
Yep.
deal with this a little bit.
And your guys are all untapped. Everything is tapped to you right now. Ready all of your cards.
Yep, I forgot about that.
Okay, so the boss is attacking Ms. Marvel first with charge.
Yep. And Miss Marvel is not going to defend, and I will take the charge. So let's
Okay.
reveal the boost.
The boost is a 2. So it's 2 plus 3 is 5 plus the 3 base
So it's 8.
is 8.
Okay. So we're gonna wiggle, and we're gonna wiggle,
Oh,
and then
Okay.
we're gonna exhaust
pull one of them
to
back.
put one on the back of my hand. So that's preventing 6 damage
Yep.
out of 8. So I'm taking 2.
Yep.
Okay. And then
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
yeah, I love it when she wiggles. And I'm drawing 2. Okay.
Okay, and the charge is gone.
The charge is gone.
Okay, then Rhino is attacking me.
Yep. And I have some allies that I
Yeah,
could just throw
so
away.
Mockingbird can jump in front of that one.
Yep, so she's going to exhaust.
And we revealed a Hydra Mercenary, which just has 1 pip.
Okay.
And I take no damage, obviously. And then these minions that are engaged with me are going to attack me. So.
And you're at full health.
Yeah, it's fine. So it's a total of 3 damage.
Okay. Perfect.
All right.
That's it.
Yep.
Encounters.
Encounters.
So
2 for you.
Yep.
2 for me.
All right. So hard to keep down. Rhino heals 4 damage.
Rude. He can't even heal 4.
What can he heal? Can he
2.
heal any? Hey, that's fine. Even better.
He's back to full health.
False alarm. You are confused. If you're already confused, this card gains surge. That's kind of annoying.
Now you're confused. That was the same card I had before.
Yep.
Okay. Then I have a side scheme, Bomb Scare, which, when revealed, place an additional 1 threat here per person. So it's going to start with 4. And that symbol is an acceleration symbol. So it's starting with 4. And it's going to have more than that. Master Plan. So 4 more threat are going on that side.
Oh, man. All right.
Lordy. When it rains, it pours.
And it's accelerator, and we are at 8 of 14.
Yep.
And I can't thwart this turn because I'm confused.
Oh, gosh.
We might lose.
We might lose. Okay.
Okay.
We are very close to getting, and we're almost out of this deck too. We'll have an acceleration token after this next turn.
Yep.
Okay, so the first player token passes over to me.
Yep.
So I'm gonna start by drawing a card with Avengers Mansion. That was super not helpful, actually. Gosh darn it. Okay. This is very sad.
Yeah,
Okay.
being confused and being exhausted really stinks for me.
Yeah. So I don't have any blue resources to pay to deal that jerk damage. But I guess would you have on your turn, would you have the ability to I don't know how that works. Like I don't know if we could do that.
Hero actions. Yeah, you could call for me to do it. Hero actions. Yeah, you could just have me do this action.
Okay.
Spend a blue resource until the end of the phase. Treat this. Yeah. Why do you have a
Because I have
hammer
a hammer
throw?
throw.
Oh yeah. So
if you, I don't have any blues though. So if you have a blue that you can spend.
I don't have a blue in my hand yet.
Okay. So then.
I could potentially get one on my turn, but
How? Do you have a way to draw a card?
I would have to flip to Teen Spirit. I don't have a way.
Okay. So he's just gonna hang out. All right. So with that being the case, I have a very lame turn. All right. So I'm going to attack my guard
Yep.
and kill him.
Yep.
So I get a counter on Hall of Heroes.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to choose to use my Battle Fury. So I will take 1 damage.
I'm ready.
And ready. And I guess I have a defender. I could force this and we just have an acceleration to turn early, but if we don't have another minion, I don't think I get to remove the threat.
That's the worst part. Yeah.
So I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah.
My hand just really is sad. Okay, so I guess I'm going to exhaust God of Thunder to play another Battle Fury.
Okay.
And
just punch him again.
Yeah, but I don't want to punch him because it's.
Oh, because he's tough.
He's tough. But I don't think I have a choice. I guess I could have Teeter or punch him. It's 2 versus 3.
Yeah, I don't have a way to stick him for
so
1.
Clunky. I guess it is what it is. So Tigra will attack the boss.
Yep.
She'll take the
I could actually
damage.
heal Tigra too.
Okay, then I will attack the boss for 3.
Yep. And then Battle Fury.
No, because it's only minions.
Oh, it's
I have
only
to
one
defeat a minion.
minion. Gotcha.
And oddly, I might just literally keep all of these cards and see if there's a way for you to draw blue on your turn.
Okay. Unless you, there's no way for me to draw on my turn without flipping to my alter ego side. But I could do that.
I mean, we need
I have no
just
way.
to
I have no way to
thwart.
thwart either. I have a bunch of clunky.
All right. Well, I guess take your turn and we'll see what happens.
Yep. So yeah. So I'm gonna exhaust biomechanical suit, and I'm gonna discard this Bruno character to play big hands, which I will then exhaust my Embiggen to deal 6 damage. So 6 damage to the boss. So that will be 2, 4, 6. Then I'm going to yeah, I mean I've got nothing but these like odd damage cards. I'm going to pitch what? Hmm. How does this guy work? Cannot take damage. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna pitch these other 2 cards. And I'll big hands again, so just hit him for 4 more. So this is 1, and I gotta put 7 back. 6. Yep, take the 10 off. Okay. So it's at 17, which is not bad. But
On side
man,
1 or
on
2.
side 1, but
Yeah.
we are
We're very behind on threat.
very, very, very behind on threat. So, and I guess I might as well just punch Luke Cage, punch him again. Gets his next damage. And then I'm just sitting on 1 card.
Okay.
And I'm readying all my cards.
Yeah, oddly enough, I think I don't have a lot of blue, so I don't know that there's even a I think I'd rather try and keep because I have so my hand is a hammer throw, an energy, a defender, and a get over here.
Okay.
So I think I just want to keep that
That's
as my
fine.
hand. I
Go for
don't
it.
think I want to discard any of that. I don't. It'd be nice to get the blue to try and do this, but I have so little blue in my deck that
Yeah.
the odds of discarding 2 cards to draw blue are not very good.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna keep my hand. Basically got time
And
warped.
I'm out of cards, so I need
Shuffle.
it.
So
Yep.
that means he has to take an encounter to resolve during the encounter step.
Yep. So I'll have an extra 1 of those orange cards. And this is ready, and my hero's ready, and we're gonna go to the villain phase. And we might lose.
We might lose.
Not good. So we're getting
Yeah.
2 more on here. Yeah. So if he schemes, we're
Yeah, we've lost.
We've lost.
Did you do the acceleration?
Nope. 12 of 14.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So the boss is going to attack me, and honestly,
I'm just gonna throw away Luke Cage.
sure, that's fine.
He's got 1 health
And
left.
we
That was the whole point.
reveal nothing there. Then he is attacking you.
Yep.
I'm okay with losing Tigra.
Yeah. Well, there's no allies in play. She can use her.
Yeah, no minions. So we're going to lose Tigra. Here's his last card, and it's a double. So we're going to shuffle.
Yep. And then encounters.
And then encounters.
One of us is gonna have to flip over at some point just to start using some of those resources.
Yeah.
Well, if I don't get a sneak by,
We've
we're in
lost.
trouble.
Yeah. I mean, I can defend her on the next turn, and we have a fresh jack.
Oh, that's fair.
Um,
Okay, yeah, because you kept that defender.
I kept it.
That was smart.
And I also kept the get over here in case you end up with the minions, and then I can
Yep.
draw extra cards, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you want to give that one more shuffle? Because I know I shuffle poorly.
Yeah.
That way we can blame you and not blame me
Yeah,
when we
Patronus
flop
is,
very bad cards.
Patronus is shuffling challenged. Okay.
Okay, so 2 encounter cards for me.
Yep.
2 for
me.
Ron.
Yep.
So mine, first one. When revealed, exhaust each persona support in play. For each support exhausted, this way the villain heals a damage.
In play.
Yep.
Okay.
So 2.
Heals 2.
So 1, 2.
Okay.
Okay, my next one is Sandman. So
Tough.
he comes in tough. When he comes into play, I draw 2 cards.
Oh, that's helpful.
That's gone.
Okay.
And then it's your turn.
My turn, huh?
No, with
These
encounters.
things.
Yep.
Stampede. Rhino attacks you. If a character is damaged by this attack, the character is stunned.
Ugh.
Okay, so he's gonna attack me. Stun is okay. So I'm gonna wiggle room.
Well, he's still attacking you, so
Yeah.
you still have to reveal a card.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's 1 pip.
Alright. So I'm gonna be stunned and I'm gonna take 1 damage. And I'll draw a card.
Okay.
Okay.
And then your last card.
I've got more.
Oh.
It's actually a second copy of Stampede.
Lee.
So yeah, I'm gonna take another attack, and this time I don't have a wiggle room, and we don't really have anyone to.
Did you want to exhaust for your wiggle room on your last turn?
Nope.
Or at the end? Okay. Okay.
So yeah, let's see what happens.
So he's attacking you.
Yep. No, just deal the card.
All right. It's 1.
So I'm taking 4.
Yep.
So I'm at 2. Yowzers.
And 1 more encounter card.
Oh yeah. Explosion. If Bomb Scare is in play, which it is, assign X damage among heroes and allies where X is the amount of threat on Bomb Scare. If Bomb Scare is not in play, this card gains Surge. Okay, so if Bomb Scare is...
So
we
deal
coulda-
us 8 damage?
Yeah, we can choose how to do it. Amongst heroes and allies.
Except we have no allies.
Yeah.
So you can... we'd both be at 1.
No, I take 1, and then you take 7.
Yeah, 2, 4, 6. Okay, I'd be at 3.
This game's fun.
Jesus.
Okay,
That was...
that was bad.
I don't think I've ever had that happen before.
What? Bomb
To
Scare?
have that happen where I actually triggered off the bomb scare and bomb scare had so much
Yeah,
damage on it.
we've had threat issues this game.
Lots of threat issues.
Okay. It is what it
Okay.
is.
So it's your turn.
I can't do anything. So bad. My turn.
Do you have a blue resource?
Yeah, it's a double blue, but I have one. It's so terrible.
I mean, I could let you draw a card to see if you get. You're more likely to have a blue than I am.
Okay. Oh, I got one.
Yes.
All right. So
Okay.
I'll do that now. I'll
Sure.
discard.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's until the end of the phase that his box is blank.
Yeah.
So
So
we have triggered him for the turn. So I'm just gonna mark him up with a thing so we remember that we did it.
yeah, and then I'm just gonna pitch these two cards and play two barriers,
Sure.
and these each get 3 tokens each. Okay. And then I'm on this side, which is not good. No bueno. So I'm going to thwart for 1
To not do anything because you're confused.
because I'm confused.
Yep. Remove your confused.
Yeah, and I guess I have to stay on this. Well, this is gonna go up no matter what, unless you could thwart. Oh,
Oh, I'm gonna defend her.
you're gonna defend her,
So
which would put 3 on it.
remove 3. Yeah.
Remove 3.
I don't think you can flip. Oh, but you're at 1. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You have to flip. You don't have a choice.
I don't think I have a choice, so I'm gonna flip.
Yeah, you have no choice.
And then
I'm gonna have to flip too because I'm at 3.
I'm gonna Team Spirit.
So maybe you don't flip because of your energy barriers.
at 1.
I understand, but you can prevent as much damage. You can prevent 6 damage to you.
Not at one time.
Yeah. They don't tap.
Yeah, no, it's at each instance of damage you can remove 1 counter. You can't just be like, oh, remove all the counters. That's not how it works.
Really?
Yeah, sad.
When you would take any amount of damage, remove 1 reflection counter from
Just
the air.
1. Yeah. So I could at most I can prevent 2 damage at a time.
Yeah, I think we've lost.
Yeah, I think we just lost.
I think we just
I
lost.
don't think there's any way around it.
I don't think so either.
That's okay.
Let's
Well,
play again.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, we're not doing anything. I can play again.
Yeah. Okay, so my turn
Now this
is.
are we just stopping?
I mean, yeah. I
Yeah,
guess.
might as well
There's
just
no
start
reason.
over.
Yeah, there's no reason.
We could do better.
Yeah.
We've also, I think we're a little rusty. We haven't played in a hot minute.
We haven't played in a couple weeks actually.
Yeah.
No.
After we were one of the first people to beat Heroic Ultron, and
I maintain we were actually the first people to legitimately do it, but
we might have been because a lot of people claimed that they beat it.
and I don't know how they actually
But
beat
they're-
it, given the cards that they said they used.
Their claims I don't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I am going to make a deck adjustment because when I put this leadership deck in here, it was just
Protection deck.
this protection. Yeah, I think it was built for another hero,
Ah,
and there's some cards in here that are just dead cards.
that's fair.
So I'm going to make a little quick twist.
Okay.
And I can do that. That's the coolest thing about this game. Can you
Oh,
hand me
I
all
need
the...
to take all your stupid nemesis.
Yeah,
cards
take
out
my
of here.
Nemesis set out. And then I need...
Some of these cards got put in here the wrong way.
That's fine. And then if you could hand me all the green cards.
Just green.
Yep.
This is green and yellow, so it's the greens at the back.
Yes. I'm going to stick with protection. I think I could do better. I definitely know that my hero never defends.
No,
So
she does not. Not
really
with one defense.
don't really want that card in my deck at all. Okay. Oh yeah.
2, 3, 4,
We
5,
want
5.
tackle for sure.
So you take those out of here. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big change. All right, we're gonna add a couple copies of tackle. This will allow me to stun the enemy, which is pretty good. And it's just definitely not a dead card in comparison to the card I was running, which was 100% a dead card.
Yeah. Reset health. Okay. And we start on that side. And you are no longer stunned.
Yep. Back to Kamala Khan. Guess I'll go first this time.
Yep.
This gets
Oh, yeah.
this. Do we start with bomb scare? No, we
No, we
start
start
with
breaking and taking.
breaking and taking. And he's
Which is that?
yep. And he's at his
He's at max. He's at 30.
max. Okay. Cool. And if you have any questions in the chat, feel free. It looks like there are some responses in the chat, but I
Yeah,
haven't.
Katra's saying hi.
Hey, hey. All right, we're gonna try again.
Oh.
We got smoked.
Yeah.
Well, these are also two not very thwarty. This might be this could be a bad pairing. Pairings usually don't matter. I could say that if you're playing in the standard mode, I don't think pairing matters. Once you get to be a good player, you could pretty much pair any two heroes and beat any villain on standard. Heroic mode, though, pairings matter, cards matter quite a bit more.
You have to reset your health and then put fourth right here.
Oh, yeah. And I start with 10, so.
Switching sides.
That doesn't matter. Alright. So there's that. And then we are going to put
Fourth
some
threat
threat.
on breaking and taking.
Alright. It's kind of a shame because actually I was set up really nice.
You were set up probably the best I've ever seen
Kamala Khan
Kamala
so early.
Khan that fast.
Yeah.
I didn't have very many good Thor things, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you didn't really have the Thor stuff going on. Did I have any other cards? See, counterattack. I have no attacks, so that's not super good. When I defend, I get +3 defense for an attack, but I have to exhaust. I mean, I guess this card's helpful, kinda.
I kind of don't want any of these cards.
Yeah, I don't want any of these cards either. You don't want any of those cards?
Not really. I mean, mean swing, chase him down, lightning strike, Valkyrie, battle fury. I mean, I guess I can just use one of these to play a battle fury, use one of these to play my hammer that I'm gonna go and get, and then just play mean swing and smack him for 6.
Yeah, smack him for 6
That
is
what it
fine.
is. I'm just not playing really any of my setups, but it's fine.
I mean,
I
I would
guess I'll
mulligan
just go
some
first.
stuff to try and get some setups.
I mean, I guess I can just mulligan the things I was going to discard anyway.
Yeah.
So mulligan 3.
Yep.
Drew a Hercules, Power of Aggression, and Mjolnir. Of course I did.
Well, you could discard it for a resource.
Not. Oh, I guess I could. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
then
true.
worthy.
And then worthy it. Yeah,
Yep.
that's fair. But it's still cards I'm not really going to use.
Okay, well, go for it.
Okay. So
I'm going to do my mulligan real quick.
we will.
So I get 6.
Super irrelevant. I don't even need the extra resource because I'm just going to be resource heavy. Okay. So we will discard Hercules to play Battle Fury. We will discard a Power of Aggression to play Mjolnir.
Okay.
We will flip. And we will play Mean Swing, which exhausts my hammer
Yep.
and exhausts my hero. It's an attack for
Okay.
6.
Nice chunk. So it's my turn?
Yep,
Alright, so I'm going to Team Spirit. Ooh, nice. Got a shrink right off the
right
bat.
off the bat.
Liking that. And then we are going to... We're going to discard Get Behind Me to play Nakia. We are going to exhaust Nakia. We are going to discard 2 cards. Get Behind Me and Big Hands. So that's 3, and we gotta discard 1 more. Tackle. Discarding all those, so I have 4 resources, and I'm going to play Nick Fury. Draw 3 cards. Okay. Then, man, crazy good. Then we're gonna pitch these 2 for 3 resources. Play Red Dagger. Get another ally in play. Flip over. We are going to...
Just clear breaking and taking.
Yeah, we're going to clear Breaking and Taken with these 2.
Seems good.
Thwart, get rid of that. And then I'm just going to exhaust my hero to punch the boss for 1. And I'm holding 1 card. So,
Okay.
ready our cards? Okay. And then I'm going to draw up. Okay.
Okay. So Rhino is
Threat.
Oh, threat first.
So we get 2. And then Rhino.
Then Rhino is attacking me.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna take it to the face.
That makes sense.
And that's a 2, so it's a total of 5.
Okay.
Okay. Then he is attacking you.
Yep. And Nick Fury is
jump
going
in
to...
front of it.
Yep, because he's going to die no matter what.
Yep, and we reveal that guy.
Okay.
Okay, and then a counter card.
Yep.
2 for me. 2 for you.
Okay.
Ooh, master plan right off the bat.
Alright, so...
So we gotta reveal, flip until we reveal a side scheme.
Yep. That could be bad.
That could be very bad.
And the reason it could be bad is just like every time you mill through the opponent's whole deck, you get one of these acceleration tokens that increases the threat every turn during the villain stage. Which we're about to mill the entire deck here.
Gosh.
He doesn't have a lot of side schemes, so almost the whole deck. Yeah, the whole deck. Hey, we got a bomb scare. One
So
reveal.
that's how many cards I had to discard to get to that side scheme.
Yeah, so it gets 4.
That's master plan for you.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That was brutal.
So yeah, we just lost almost the whole deck
Yep.
on the first turn of the game.
First encounter. Second one. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control.
Bye, Molnir.
Yep. I guess I'm flipping soon, so I can go get that back.
Yeah.
Well, that was brutal.
Welcome to Heroic mode.
And here's yours.
Stampede. Rhino attacks you. If a character is damaged by this attack, that character is stunned. So, see you, Red Dagger.
Yep. And it's an explosion.
Okay.
So Red Dagger is gone. Do you want to bring him back to your hand?
I don't think I want to pay for that. That costs 2 resources. Nope. Okay.
Okay.
And then my other one, oh, that's why. It's crowd control, so it's a third scheme.
Oh, well, there's our other... Here, you can put it here if you want.
Alright.
Okay, so that's 2 per person, and that is a critical one. It's a crisis. So that means we cannot remove damage from the main scheme until this is no longer in play.
Which is pretty terrible.
Yeah. But at least there's only 2 on this one right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that was a kick in the D, if I ever had a kick in the D.
Yep.
Pass the first player token
Yep.
and go ahead.
All right. Well. Well. We gotta remove the critical. So maybe that's just what I do. Let's see. I just do that twice. That doesn't work.
Why don't you talk out loud?
I'm just trying to, yeah, I apologize. I'm just trying to think how to play my cards. I've got 5 resources. I have a sneak buy, which will let me start removing threat, but it does it in batches of 3. Or I could play this shrink, which then allows these to do in batches of 5. That's probably what I'll have to do. But in order to do that, I need an additional card.
Yep.
And I don't have
I
a
don't
way.
have a way of giving you one.
She doesn't have a way to give me one. So that's where I'm thinking I could just play this twice. But then I don't.
I mean, I can thwart for 1 and clear off
If we
whatever
need
you
to.
don't clear off. Yeah, I'm not going to do... I'm only attacking for 2 right now.
All right,
it's
so
not
that's what I'm
even
going to do.
that
I'm just going to
exciting.
pitch these. I'm going to pitch 2 of these.
Uh-huh.
And play sneak by.
Yep.
I'm going to exhaust my hero to use Metamorphosis to get it back.
Yep.
Pitch these 2. Play it again.
Yep.
And we'll do it from here.
Yep.
And I'm exhausted and I'm done.
Yep. Okay, so my turn is just going to be discarding Chase Them Down, Lady Sith, and Jarnbjorn to play Tigra. Tigra will thwart 1 here. I'm looking
Oh,
for
so
that.
you only had a 4-card hand.
I only had a 4-card hand. Because
Yep.
that's what I get. And then I will thwart for 1 here.
Okay.
So we'll clear all this up.
Yeah, it could have been worse. Alright, so we're ready.
Yep.
And new hand. Do you want to go down on this turn? So you can get your hammer back at the end of your turn?
Guess it's not a bad idea.
There's not a lot of threat. You might as well do it.
That's fine.
And that means you can draw an extra card.
Extra card. Okay.
And when we say go down, I apologize. It means did you want to flip to the alter ego side?
Yeah. Okay. So threat. Put 2 threat on there.
Yep. Alright. Okay.
And then he is attacking you.
Yep. And I am just kind of taking it.
Okay.
So
3 plus 1.
okay. 4. Okay.
And he is scheming against me. So it's base 1 plus 2. So 3 total.
Okay. So 3 total. Okay.
And yeah, that's all she wrote there. So encounters, and we are now out. So
It's insane.
you have to add an acceleration token,
Yep.
which we actually forgot to do that in the last game. Now that I think about it, it wasn't relevant, but
And I'm the first player, so I've got a charge. Oh, and then I got a stampede. Rhino attacks you.
oh my gosh,
Wow.
that's so brutal.
Yeah.
That's gonna kill you.
It might kill me.
I mean, I don't know how it doesn't.
I'm gonna defend.
All right.
So
It's base 6.
yeah. So I'm at 5. So I have to get a 0.
Yeah. Okay.
So this might be a quick second game.
Okay, so I have to draw my second encounter.
We might
die
have
first.
to. We might have underestimated heroic.
We did
We
Heroic Rhino
smashed this.
before, and it wasn't even close.
I
It
know.
was.
We didn't have this hero combination
We
though.
didn't.
Obviously, this hero combination blows.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a 1. You're dead.
All right. So normally, the game can continue, but there's no point in playing with one player.
Yeah.
So I think we just call it an evening
Okay.
of getting butt kicked.
Yeah.
We
I
will.
guess we'll try this one again. Different heroes next
Yep.
time.
Next week Friday we'll do different heroes. We'll take this boss a little more seriously because honestly, we were like, heroic Rhino, no big deal. Because
Well,
we
we
just
did do him once, and we smoked him.
yeah,
Like there wasn't even any
wasn't even
threat
close.
on the scheme when we beat him. Like it was not even close.
I think we beat him going through the deck one time.
Yeah, but it was an annihilation.
So
And
maybe I don't know what heroes we used,
I don't know which ones we used either.
but we will be a little less careless, and we will try this
We'll
again.
try a little more.
And if you want a great tutorial for how to play this game, there's a million on YouTube, but there's one that's called "How to Play Marvel Champions in 8 minutes or Less." Really
That's
great
the good
tutorial. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's actually kind of the inspiration for how to play Star Wars TCG in 10 minutes or less once I finish recording that.
We have to, yeah. We're a ways away from getting to that one. All right, well, thanks for watching us get our butts kicked by Rhino. We definitely underestimated this guy. Apparently, we were very laissez-faire about crushing him. So
Yep.
that didn't work out so well.
Yep.
If
That's
you
okay.
wanna, yeah, that's okay. So make sure to check out next week when we try and beat him again. We'll probably try and keep a similar schedule next week to what we did this
Yeah.
week. So probably next Friday.
Next Friday we'll stick with Marvel. Wednesdays is a Star Wars TCG night. And then right now on Mondays we're doing Harry Potter. And then if we do anything random in between there, I mean, honestly, if we're playing a game at the house, we might as well be streaming. Is the
Yeah.
way I feel. So for Patronus, Gold Leader here, we want to thank you for coming out. If there's something you want us to play, please interact with us on social media. We have a home-based games on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and just let us know. So, like, maybe you guys can decide what heroes we play next week. So, post, send us a message, and until then, this is Gold Leader and Patronus. We're signing out.
Thanks, guys.